This is Packet Tracer activity connecting a wired and wireless LAN, week 7. There are 5 objectives. The first objective, part 1, connect to the cloud. Part 2, connect to router 0. Part 3, connect remaining devices. Part 4, verify connections. Part 5, examine the physical topology. So, time to jump straight through into it. Part 1, connect to the cloud. Step 1, connect the cloud to router 0. A. At the bottom left, click the orange lightning icon to open the available connections. Part B, choose the correct cable to connect router 0 F00 to Cloud Ethernet 6. Cloud is a type of switch, so use a copper straight-through connection. If you attach the correct cable, the link lights on the cable turn green. Let's go from fast Ethernet 00 to Ethernet 6. And we can see we've got green lights. So it's the correct cable. So step 2, connect the cloud to cable modem. Choose the correct cable to connect cloud coax 7 to modem port 0. If you attach the correct cable, the link lights on the cable turn green. So we'll go for coaxial. And to 0, and we can see this is a success. We have green lights. Moving on to part 2, connect router 0. Part 2, connect router 0. Step 1, connect router 0 to router 1. Choose the correct cable to connect router 0 serial 000 to router 1 serial 00. Use one of the available serial cables. If you attach the cable correct, the lights on the cable will turn green. So we want to connect here to here. So serial from 000 to 00. And we can see that we have success here as well, as we have green lights. Moving on to step 2, connect router 0 to ncad.pka. So we need to connect here to here. So it must be this one. And we have green lights. Success. Moving on to step 3, it says connect router 0 to the configuration terminal. Choose the correct cable to connect router 0, console to configuration terminal, RS232. So we'll go for console cable. And if black little dots appear, it should be okay. Yeah, so we have success with that connection too. So now moving on to part 3, connect remaining devices. Step 1, connect router 1 to the switch. Choose the correct cable to connect router 1 FA10 to switch FA01. If you attach the correct cable, the link lights on the cable turn green. Just allow a few seconds for the light to transition from amber to green. Okay. Choose fiber. So here's this amber light. Let's just wait a few seconds. And success, we can see that this has turned green. We can now move on to step 2, connect a cable modem to wireless router. Port 1. And success, green lights here as well. That brings us on to step 3, connect wireless router to family PC. So we want to connect this wireless router to this family PC. Now 1, 2, fast Ethernet. Now that all our connections have turned green, we can move on to part 4, verifying the connections. So the step 1 is test the connection from family PC to netcat.pka, and so we want to connect, or we want to test the connection from here to here. So start by opening family PC, and we'll go to desktop and command prompt. So we can do this by ping and just refer to our table and look for the IP address of netcat.pka. It's 10.0.0.254. So we can see we've had success here. So moving on. to part B, open the web browser and the web address, http netcat.pka. So if you see web browser, we'll type in the URL. Left out an A there, and we can see we've had success. My favorite page. So moving on to step 2, ping the switch from the home PC. So here's the home PC, the switch. So click on the home PC, desktop, command prompt. So we'll go ahead and ping this switch IP address, which is 172.16.0.2. We just give it a minute. And we can see we have success. Now we'll move on to step 3, open router 0 from configuration terminal. Okay. Terminal. Okay. Enter. And we will type in show IP interface brief. Oh, it's a spelling mistake. You can see everything is up there. And that concludes verifying the connections. So we can now move on to part 5, examine the physical topology. Step 1, examine the cloud. So we need to examine the physical workspace. So we just click on physical. And we need to click on the home city icon. And next we're going to click on the cloud icon. And step C, click the cloud icon, which we've done. How many wires are connected to the switch in the blue rack? And we can see here that there are 2. And now we're going to click back and return to the home city. Step 2, examine the primary network. So we're going to click on the primary network. Hold the mouse pointer over various cables. What is located on the table to the right of the blue rack? So first we'll just hold the pointer over. We can see all the information here. Source device, source port, destination device, and various different ones. And now we'll just go down and have a look. We can see a configuration terminal is actually to the right of this rack. And next we'll click back to the home city. Step 3, examine the secondary network. So we'll click on the secondary network. Hold the mouse pointer over various cables. So we can see here. We have a fiber here. And cable type is fiber. And it says, why are there 2 orange cables connected to each device? Well, one cable is actually to transmit data and the other is to receive data. So now we click back to go to the home city. Examine the home network. Why is there an oval mesh covering the home network? So we can see this big oval mesh here, and that actually represents the range of the wireless network. Click the home network icon, and we can see if we scroll down here, it says, why is there no rack to hold the equipment? Well, if you think about it, home networks, well, they typically don't have racks. And now we will go back. And then it says click the logical workspace tab to return to the local topology. And that concludes this activity.